Loud. All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm joining you live from Mexico. Actually, whenever I don't know why, Elliot, when I'm in Mexico, somehow I think of you and Rosa, and I'm looking forward one day to be here at the same time as you. We always seem to be missing. But I want to say, I love Elio has in the background the book in Romanian and his cat Buddy. And there's been so many miracles this week regarding animals, like mystical, crazy, cool stories that I'm excited to share with you. In fact, I see Michael Smith is on this call and a couple other people where I'm excited by basically what happens when you follow the principle of Aditi Deva Bhava, specifically with loving animals. And so, Elio, I wanted to recognize your cat buddy being here with us in such a big way, and also send love to you and to Rosa.
Thank you. And what part of Mexico are you in?
Right now, I'm in Tulum. Well, actually, kind of south of Tulum.
How long are you going to be there?
At least until this afternoon. But I could be like one more day.
I have
Like
two members of the family that needed to see you.
oh, got it. Well, send me. Who knows? Maybe I can, in the right circumstances, anything could be possible. So thank you, Elio, for
All right.
thank you for that. It is real exciting. Like I love seeing Elio the book in Romanian. It's so exciting to have the Spanish book in a Spanish-speaking country and the ways in which it's been like having legs of its own and touching people's hearts and changing lives is so beautiful. Some of the stories already of people reading it. In fact, I've talked to like 2, 3 people. They say they never read books. Actually, I'm here at a really beautiful workshop, and there was an amazing ceremony offered by this really powerful uh, um, shamanic healer. And I don't know why, I just felt inspired to just gift the book. And she told me later, she's like, Clint, I never read books. So when you gave me the book, I was worried, oh no, another book. I'm not going to read this. But somehow she just felt inspired to open the first page. She didn't think she was going to make it past the index, but she says, Clint, this book is such a gift. I'm already on page 34. It's activating something amazing in me. And what you're bringing into the world is so important. I want to be a part of it. I want to help support in some way. And then the contagious healing, seeing what happened just from that one thing. And then just yesterday, we're actually, I have some people here who are going to share some of their experiences, like the contagious healing that's happening here in Mexico. And then also people who have gathered from all over the world is so awesome. It's so beautiful. So I'm anchoring that, I'm pinning that a little bit. I'm parking it so that way we can get to that part in a moment. Today is a very powerful, significant day, especially for those. Oh, Cornelia, we're already reached capacity. Do you know how to go into Zoom and make sure that, because this is really important that people can join this call. Okay, and if you have any challenge, Cornelia, let me know, and I'll have someone else share for a little bit, and then I'll make sure that I go in there and do it, but just let me know. So today is the orientation call for the Miracle Experiment Experience, the new Miracle Experiment Experience focusing on abundance, which will officially start tomorrow, a very powerful day in the Vedic calendar, which is, this is, I don't know how to put this in a way that does justice for how excited my heart is about this, but this is one of Dr. Ram's passions, that he was hoping and looking forward to the day in which some of these secrets could be shared. And he shared them with me in such an in-depth way that I'd see how they applied, and it was mystical, but also so practical, like a science of miracles, where when you apply certain principles in a methodical way, we've seen in the other miracle experiment experiences, all the kinds of cool stuff that happens. Physical, mental, emotional health, with relationships, the miracles that have happened, which are so touching. And then the financial miracles were so fun to see in the original miracle experiment game, but now we're tuning it in, and this is like an introductory experience in applying 2 more secrets that it looks so simple, like a titi double bala, maybe looks simple, feeding dogs, feeding cows, feeding crows. It looks simple, and maybe it doesn't make so much sense at first, but when you, I like how, what was it, Shilpi, she says, when you trust, it's almost like you surrender to the experience fully, then all kinds of beautiful things can happen. This is not about information, it's about transformation. It's not about knowing, it's about doing in a way that it changes your being. And I'm excited because I get to do the experiment with you, this experience with you, this miracle experiment experience with you. And in my own life, oh, I don't know if I can share this right now. I wasn't planning to, but like yeah, I guess I'm gonna say this. uh, Opening quote in the book says, "I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you." And we've been talking about love, and I personally have never met a community that is more loving towards, and a global community that's more reaching out with love in every aspect. Oh, my mom sent me a message. She can't get in because it's reached capacity. Cornelia, I gotta help my mom get in. Are you working on it? Okay, good. So we've been speaking about love, and I've been witnessing, and I've been learning about love by just observing you. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen when the book was launched. I didn't know that such people that I respect and love on such profound level were all going to gather and create almost a birthing of it's not a being, but a community that is so centered on love, on healing, on possibility, and on applying the ancient secrets in such a way that it not only helps us, but it's contagious and helps so many other people. Now, having said that, I have a lot I need to learn about love, and some of the process over the last, yeah, and I don't know why I'm sharing this right now. I wasn't planning on it, but process in my own growth or evolution or becoming more aware of things I wasn't aware is how much I was blocking love in certain areas of my heart, and specifically regarding relationship, like romantic relationship, and committing in a way that would help, um, just help me help me like be in the experience of love in that way. I heard one funny speaker. He was saying that he was in front of a big group of people. Oh, good, Cornelia, you did it. Fantastic. So he was speaking to a big audience of people, and he says, I just want to say I love each and every one of you. And then he paused. He's like, you may be wondering, how can he love me? He doesn't even know me. And then he followed it up with, that's how come it's easy to love you, because I don't know you. Sometimes the most tricky experiences of love are the people that are in our own homes, that are in our own families, that are our neighbors. And sometimes the rubbing of the edges helps to refine our own soul. So in this miracle experiment experience, when I'm thinking about my why am I excited for this? Like, I'm excited because I want to open up my heart to receive more abundance, not just for myself. I know that my purpose isn't just abundance for myself, but for everyone that's associated, but especially for my beloved, that I can honor her and honor the space of wanting to create a family, wanting to have children, and just wanting to, have that experience in this life. So that's my big reason why. I do feel very much in my heart that you also are my family. And by joining on this journey, we're a big extended family. And I'm so excited that in this miracle experiment experience, even people that I love, some of my best friends that have struggled with abundance, I'm saying you need to show up for this miracle experiment experience, because there will be things happening here that I don't think of. I've never personally seen them happen in the world before like this, where it's shared in a certain way that experientially we apply it with a group of loving people from around the world, so that way we can experience a different level of being. Now, what is abundance? Actually, before that, I don't know. I'm going to put someone on the spot. Michael Smith, just talking about people that I love. Just kind of putting. Hey, yes. Thank you. Why are you excited to join the miracle experiment experience?
Why? Because you and everyone else is here, and that this is such an abundant world that and health is wealth, and it's time. It's time to be as healthy in all these different dimensions of health, and as wealthy in all of these dimensions of health. If you are wealthy but don't have your health, it doesn't do you any good. And
yeah.
And if you are healthy,
Yeah,
and
there's
don't
some
financially-
quote that I should think I shared last Sunday. You know, so many people spend all their health trying to accumulate wealth, but then in the process it was toxic. You know, and so then they spend all their wealth trying to get their health back. And I love this concept. Health is wealth. And so as a part of the miracle experiment experience, we're actually going to have it so a big focus is on our own health, physical, mental, emotional. Can you come here real quick? This is a beautiful thing. So Michael, and then in a moment, when we start talking about Aditi Devabhava, we're going to share this moment. I don't know if you can see Michael. Again, sometimes he shows up without a shirt live on the call from his sauna. This literally happened days ago here in Mexico. I was up on the roof watching the sunrise, and then all of a sudden this monkey decided to join him and just sit and watch the sunrise. It was so beautiful. Now there's something else that happened that we'll talk about a little bit actually in about what happened with that same monkey in a group setting where we were setting this intention, and in my heart all of you were with me. Oh, great. This is a great man. Troy joined me, and also his beautiful partner and wife Sandy. They have a miracle story to share. But the I don't know how to say, but the miracles. Oh, I should unplug this so you can actually hear. Can you guys still hear me okay? Okay, good. Can you speak, Michael? I just want to make sure we can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay. Check, check.
I was just speaking as if trying to hear everything, but I know your phone's on. Okay. In the space of connection with life, there is abundance. And when you align yourself in that way and you come from a space of gratitude and clarity on what you want, nature is abundant. And when you have a connection with nature, with animals, with plants, with everything, man, there is so much abundance and so much magic and kind of mystical things happening. So Michael, I know that you had already gone back to the US, but both Troy and Sandy were some people who were here where at the end of this mystical experience that happened with this monkey and happened with this group of people, and where all of nature was responding, and it was anchoring in me that now is the time for this miracle experiment experience. Health is wealth. And one of the most things we want to be in our health. And this beautiful and actually crazy miracle. I didn't this week. He said that a year ago, in location in Tulum, he met my brother actually, and they were talking about me and the ancient secrets while they were floating down the river that's nearby here in the, I guess you call it a bayou, I don't know. Like, what do you call that? Lagoon, yeah.
Lagoon, yeah.
So there's like this real beautiful, oh, we had another surprise guest coming here too. So he was floating down a year ago, talking about the ancient secrets. All of a sudden he looked at my brother and he's like, I need to meet Clint. And my brother just looked at him and what did he say?
He's like, you will. You will.
He will. We didn't know the forces of nature were going to bring us together in the exact same location 1 year later, in which we didn't know what the meeting was. We just knew it was happening, and it's nature and it's abundance and it's love and it's possibility. So in this space, do you want to describe the challenge or the pain that you were experiencing?
So I had a lifetime of pain. I've had neck injuries, back and hip injuries, all kinds of things. And I've basically lived I struggle to think of a time that I have not had pain. Sometimes to the point that I can't turn my neck to look over my shoulder to check my mirrors when I'm driving. And this beautiful man helped with his little magic tricks. He did his work on me, and
I've never been called a little man with magic tricks, but yeah, it works.
He did his magic on me, and it like released so much pain, and like my pain is actually, I have no back pain. My neck pain, I slept last night, and for the first time I didn't wake up and have to reposition in the middle of the night because my neck was starting to get stiff. No low back pain. Just everything is either completely gone or reduced to the point that I don't even notice it unless I'm like looking for it, which we're not supposed to do, right?
Yeah. So actually, this is an important point that Mandy reminded us of. Oh, actually, surprise, Mandy Perry is here. Good. So she said, one of the lessons after pain goes away is don't search for don't look for it. If we really want to find pain, we're going to find it. But he's been like stepping into this new possibility. And then also what's so beautiful, we call it contagious healing, but this is different level contagious. Sandy, first of all, can you share what it meant to see the
Yeah.
pain alleviated in your
Oh
beloved?
my gosh. Well, of course, you never want the person that you love the most in the world to be in pain. And so it was just a real relief for me as well. I could feel the emotion as he was feeling the emotion, getting rid of this pain. And then what was even more magical is I woke up this morning without my back pain. I have no back pain. And I'm like, his healing, we're so connected that his healing is my healing. And so magic. Yeah.
I want to say that
So
throughout the
grateful.
week, people would talk about
Yeah.
how connected they were. It's almost like they would finish each other's sentences from halfway across the room. She would walk across the room. He knew what she needed. Like that kind of like a psychic, beautiful connection. And the fact that his healing happened and then her healing
Yeah.
spontaneously happened is profound,
beautiful.
beautiful, holy, sacred. So also for everyone on this call, you know, you're participating in this miracle experiment experience on abundance, which is affecting not only financial health, but also physical health. And when you do this for yourself, it helps your kids, it helps your brothers and sisters, it helps your loves, you know, and it helps all the people that are connected with you. And I know that means especially a lot to this beautiful, powerful woman right here. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Actually, I want to say that most people that were there for the Marma experiment, or Marma experience, Marma Shakti experience, they had one or maybe two challenges. This guy had like 10. He's like, it's a 9 pain here, 7 pain here, 4 here, we got a 3 here. It was like a whole number of pain.
Pain was my life.
Yeah, and now to see it like dissipate in such a way that not only helps him, but his beautiful wife is so cool.
I just want to say I woke up today feeling better than I can ever remember feeling. So super grateful and appreciative. And
So let's anchor that in. Who wants to feel better than they've ever felt before? I just want to see a raise of hands. I just want to see anyone not raising their hand.
That's so
I'm just
beautiful
gonna-
here, Troy. So,
Yeah.
so happy for you.
So as we're putting the seed inside of this space and inside of our hearts, each of us individually for this miracle experiment experience, why not? We feel better than we've ever felt before. Yeah, thank you for that.
thank you.
Yeah. Another surprise for me, I didn't actually know Mandy was going to be here. I don't know. I just didn't have that. Talking about love and beloved, I've seen this beautiful woman have so many transformations. And one of the beautiful joys is meeting her beloved and seeing them love each other. And it has been so joyful. And one of the most beautiful moments for me was when I was walking up from the ocean. I went in the ocean to swim while the sun was rising. It was so awesome. And then I'm walking up and I see them. He has weights and she's doing yoga. And he was so enthusiastic. And what did you say?
I said, she is doing like a bridge right now and she's doing yoga and she could bend down and she's pain-free. Like it was just unbelievable. I don't remember the exact words, but it was just like, I was just excited because she's been complaining of her sciatica for about 9-10 months.
Mm.
And she was able to bend down completely without, I'll let her share her story, but I got to witness it and it was amazing because I know how much pain and discomfort she's been in for a long time.
Mm.
I had sciatica. It's like it took me to my knees. Like it's painful, and for her, she's been dealing with it since was it January, babe? Something like that. A long time.
It's just been a
long
journey.
time. It's just
Mm.
been like every day. Oh, it's acting up again. It's acting up, and she's been to chiropractor. She's been to all these different things that she's been trying to do, and now she can bend over and touch her legs, and like it was amazing. And she's like, "Hun, you're not picking it up." I was like, "Yeah, but I didn't know what you were able to do before. I just knew you were in pain." But she was able to do the thing. I was like,
The recording. I just want to say, if you've never experienced that level of pain, can you describe what it's like?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a journey of healing it and then sabotaging myself and then healing it and then sabotaging myself, which I realize how powerful I am. Now I choose to use that power to continue healing, but it's just, I don't even realize how much it affects me until it goes away, until, I'm in the place of allowing the healing in my body. Everything is different. The colors are different. How I treat my children is different. How much I can show up in my purpose work, how present I can be with Greg. Everything's just different. The energy field that I can allow through me is different. how I perceive things is different. Everything is different.
Yeah, Mandy's always joyful, powerful, Shakti creator. Yesterday, I actually asked for her help to help me with Marma for other people. She's like, actually, I have a headache. And it was like a intense 9 out of 10 or something. And so you could see in people's eyes, if there's pain like that, you can see it. And now her eyes are just glowing and just so full of life. And you want to demonstrate what you can do now? Yeah, let's do it. Are you sure? It's so fun.
I'm in a dress.
Okay, she's in a dress right now. Before she was wearing yoga clothes, she did something where you put your hands on the ground like this and the feet, and then like a full back bend.
Full with the arched back.
Yeah.
But honestly, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
This has been a journey with me, like, having the healing and then having it go away. But what has not changed ever, even when I sabotage and I watch myself do it, what hasn't changed is the emotional and spiritual healing. And every time I, do the mung bean cleanse, or, I meet you and do the marma, there's this profound, like, shaking inside of me. And I don't know what happens, but it's like an electric current that starts flowing, and there's more available joy, and I am able to release more of the trauma and some of the pain stories and the self-abuse that has been present in my life. And it's like every time it just goes deeper to a deeper place, and the healing is just deep, but in all areas of my life. It's not just the physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those who remember her beautiful daughter, powerful daughter, Bailey, and I don't know if you're ever going to be watching this, Bailey, but we love you so much. And excited that when we change our lives, it does help everyone around us. And also I'm glad you're on this call about miracle experiment experience for abundance, because you're someone who has helped so many people experience abundance.
Yeah.
And this particular, I haven't had a chance to share too much about this experience, but we have people joining from all over the world that have opted into applying the ancient secrets specifically for abundance, so they can achieve it in a non-toxic way. And why is that exciting for you?
Oh, well, I've done the whole, make all the money and think that the money is going to heal the people around you and solve all the problems, and you're going to be the rescuer of all the people. And it gives you a sense of, power, or it can give you a sense of, worthiness. And it's not where any of that comes from, whether it's monetary or it's, humans that love on you, etc. It's really allowing the abundance to flow through us is what creates the allowance for that to start flowing to the people around us. And that's the most extraordinary part of all of it.
Yeah. One of my favorite phone messages I got from Mandy. Can I share a little bit about personal?
Sure. Yeah.
She was so excited. And it was funny because I didn't answer the phone call, but then I had like a 5-minute voice message. Where, she started as a waitress, really not believing in herself. And her whole motivation for why she wanted abundance was so she could help people in her family that were struggling. She wanted to help her sister go to college.
Yeah.
So she paid for her sister's entire college.
Offered,
but she didn't accept it. She didn't want to go to college. She wanted to help her father, so she got all the abundance, all the money, so she could pay for everything, for his medical care, different stuff. He didn't want it.
I literally booked it, paid for it. He didn't show.
Yeah. And so she was going through this, I was going to use a kind of a swear word, but mind shucks. Where she's like, this isn't what I planned. I have the abundance, but it's not satisfying.
Yeah.
In the process, some of the pieces weren't aligned. And she was so excited. She's like, Clint, I just booked consultations. My family started to ask me, and it's as cheap as, $30 consultation. How is it so cheap? It's accessible for everyone. I didn't have to do all that crazy work in order to benefit my family. I just had to heal myself and then be aligned with the ancient secrets in a way that they start asking me. And just that joy of that moment was so awesome. And life has its ups and downs and all the curves and everything. Like Michael, we can have miracles happen, and then we have ups and downs. And so now we're convening, whether we've participated in miracle experiment experience in the past, whether we've been a part of any of this in the past, we're convening in a new space of possibility that deep healing happens. Physical, mental, emotional, financial, relationship, coming from love. No he venido a enseñarte, he venido a amarte, el amor te enseñará. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. So on this call today, in this short time, we have about a half hour left where we're going to do some other beautiful kind of orientation things. What will love teach you? Mandy, when I first met her, I don't know, you knew that this moment was going to be a possibility, having this kind of love, this kind of health, this kind of possibility of abundance, but she's living it.
It was so beyond anything I could have even asked for or known to ask for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Thank you so much. Love you so much. So definitely feel free to stay and participate in all the beautiful ways you do. I want to focus on everyone here. Okay, we just went through some stuff. Michael, coming back to you. What do you want?
I want to experience the full spectrum of health, wealth, and abundance in all these different dimensions of life, and of the to experience the full spectrum of living.
Yeah, beautiful. Experience the full spectrum of living, to have like the full experience of life, to be fully alive.
You know, and to me, before this call, I was looking up the different dimensions of health, and you know, the ancient secret helped me to take a huge step in my health, as many of you know, and in my physical health. But there's also the mental health, social health, financial health, spiritual health, environmental health, and vocational health. And it doesn't do me good to be healthy and abundant in just one of these areas. If I have great physical health, but my mental health is not abundant, not healthy, or my social health isn't abundant and healthy, or financially I'm depleted, or spiritually or environmentally, you know, the greatest risk factor to someone's physical health is their financial well-being. If you don't have the means to eat well, and you're eating from the dollar menu, this is the greatest risk factor that anyone has for their physical health. So all these different dimensions are intertwined for having abundance in your life. And I want to experience an abundance of mental health. I'm not even sure exactly what an abundance of mental health. We all know what mental illness is, but what does it mean to have mental health abundance, that you feel so good mentally that you are able to share that with others, and to have an abundance of physical health, that all of your systems are operating at peak and optimal capacity, and that your social health is, your calendar is full to the extent that you want it to be, to have friends and family around, and meeting new people and old people, young people, and to have the financial health and abundance that most people associate with abundance, and to have spiritual abundance. What does that mean? What does it mean to be spiritually abundant, and to experience an overpouring of spirituality in your life? And environmentally, what does it mean to live in an abundant environment where it's just beautiful? I mean, look at the abundance around Clint. I was there yesterday, and I love. It's a miracle I'm back home, you know, just a few hours later. But and what does it mean to have an abundance in your vocation or your occupation, and just to love what you do every day of your life, and to just be so in love with every aspect and dimension of my life? So to answer your question, Clint, what do I want? I want it all. I want to have so much love in my life, and to be able to have it flow in and out freely, that I don't need to hold it in my fist, that I can hold it in an open palm, that it comes and goes, and that I experience the fullness of life.
Bravo. Let's do one of these. Let's anchor that in. We love you. Let's go like this. First of all, the mic, and so it is. And then also for all of us, you know, whoever wants to anchor that into yourself, experience the fullness of life and abundance, and just put your hands on your own heart, and just, you know, just tell yourself, I love I love me. I'm with me. That as I'm abundant, it's good for everyone. That as I receive, it's not only good for me, but it's good for everyone. It's good for the world. It's good for life because I am a conduit of love and of healing on the planet. And so as you're abundant, Mike, and as you have abundance of health and wealth and all the things, then the world's just going to be a better place. I believe this about you. And I believe it about everyone who's showing up on this call. In fact, starting tomorrow when we officially begin, there will be a kind of a vow or an oath for those that are officially joining this miracle experiment experience, where for those that want to learn these secrets, apply them so it changes our beings, that we commit to only use it for the benefit of ourselves and of humanity, of this planet Earth. And so if you don't want to make that commitment, then we'll just politely refund your money and then you can do some other experience. But this is for that quality of intention as well. So Michael, so glad you're here. So grateful that you're here.
I'm so grateful you're there. And you know, there's definitely part of me that still wishes I was there, but I'm also very grateful to be here.
I'm going to go to Stephanie Valentine, who's one of our facilitators. I'm just putting you on the spot a little bit here. Can you unmute yourself, Stephanie?
Clint, before you go
Yeah.
on, can you make me host, please?
Can you make me co-host after that? Stephanie,
Good morning.
good morning. What is one of the reasons you're excited for this upcoming miracle experiment experience?
So excited because my want is to share unconditional love. I want everyone, just like Michael said, to experience the full spectrum. That's so beautiful, like the full spectrum of life, because it's more than, just the abundance and everything. It's that health and that wellness within you, that when you experience the hard times, even those are beautiful. Like, even though they're full of abundance and love. And I just, my heart is so open, and I wish everyone to experience the same. It's a constant progression and it never ends. It's like you said, the abundance just flows, the love just flows. And that's where we can all be, because you're exactly right. It starts with me, right? It starts with me. If I am here and I'm open and the flow moves freely. I love what you said as well. We're conduits. We're conduits for love, abundance, for happiness, for health, for joy, for everything, for all of the energy. And if we can stay in that, what you realize is those moments where you feel that contrast or something comes into your life, it's so much different because you have this abundance and this love within you that it's like no one can take away from you. It's very sacred. It's like I had this quote just recently, a mantra that came to me, and it is like, my happiness is sacred to me. Right? My happiness is sacred to me. And there's something about allowing yourself to be completely happy, to be completely enamored with love and life and everything there is, right? To like receive it all in the way we deserve it. And I want everyone to feel that. Like, I want you to feel you deserve it, because you do. And that's part of it. It's, it's like Mandy said, just not blocking yourself, because we are so powerful that we are our own obstacles oftentimes. Like, I've definitely done that myself. So let's remove those obstacles and let ourselves just be full and free and in this amazing energy. You know? Because it really is. It's something that's unshakable when it comes from the core.
And I know that many of us that joined last Sunday's call also heard Tony share about the 4 fears we have, usually regarding money, and the beliefs we have. And so many of you put in the chat different beliefs you had about money, and all kinds of things come up. And so sometimes, like you're saying, Stephanie is so beautifully saying, we're our own block. And that's why it's not about information. You could have all the information, but it's about transformation. And then also, it's not about accumulating wealth. That's not going to bring happiness. It usually doesn't automatically bring happiness for people, Even Stephanie, I just love how you're sharing how you and your husband, you've achieved so much abundance. And you were even working in a job that was one of the highest paid jobs, but feeling an emptiness. and then realizing you needed to shift something, and you did. You had the courage to do that. And then also just the timing of this coming, I believe will also facilitate even more. And also you'll be blessing us through your sharing. There's a quote when I first met Stephanie that she shared with me, and it was something that was an inspiration or download that came to her that says, let it go, let it flow. Whatever leaves from you isn't truly gone, but will come back in abundance or more than you expect. I think I messed up the quote a little bit. Can you say the quote, Stephanie?
Yeah, it was just let it go, let it flow. Anything that leaves will return in abundance more than you know. You know, something to that effect. And I've watched this happen in my life. It's like my car got stolen, right? I walked out one day and my car was stolen. I was running, I was trying to get to a client. And fortunately, it was one of those days I gave myself plenty of time. So I just took a lift to the client, and my client's like, Stephanie, your car just got stolen. Why are you still here? And I said, it's okay. I'll worry about that later. But it just made me think of that. And in the moment, you kind of feel like, how could my car get stolen? And it kind of hurts because this is the one time ever that I had, because it was during COVID, that my coverage on this car was just liability only. Because I'm like, I'm not really driving it, it's just going to be liability only. So it was a total loss, a complete loss, right? Got nothing for it. And that's when I was playing the singing bowls, and I just was like, I don't know why. I just got my car stolen, but I'm so happy. I'm still happy, and I still feel so abundant. And that was kind of the message was, let it go, let it flow. Like anything that leaves will be returned in abundance more than you know. And within a few months, I found a new car that was a car that I only ever dreamt of having. And it was for the right price that I could afford it. And I was like, I get it. Because I was meant to have this car, and I wouldn't have done that. I would have just kept that car. And it's okay. And so you say, it's like you just say, thank you, thank you for facilitating that for me. Whoever took my car for a joyride, thank you. It's a different perspective, but it was really neat to witness within myself after having all of that healing, instead of going into that lack mentality or that victim mentality that's like everything around me goes wrong. Instead, it's like, no, everything around me goes right. And you just let yourself have it. Just let yourself have it when you start to receive those miracles and that abundance. Like, accept it and allow it. And the more you do, the more the abundance just starts coming in and coming in and coming in. And I find myself looking up all the time, and I'm like, thank you so much. And it just keeps coming, and I'm like, how much more can I receive? I don't even know what more I can manifest at this point. I've literally thought that.
Oh, sorry about that, Stephanie. I was trying to unmute myself and I accidentally muted you. I want to say that you are living perfectly one of the principles of the miracle experiment experience, which is Aditi Devo Bhava. Treat the unexpected guest as if God himself or herself has come. It's easy to say thank you when so much abundance is coming into your life. So easy. It's like, oh, okay, thank you. It's challenging when something unexpected happens, like your car getting stolen, to say thank you. But somehow, Stephanie, whatever you've done in your life to get to the point where something unexpected like that can happen, and you can surrender, knowing that you can let it go, let it flow, that nothing truly leaves you, it will come back even more than you know. It's really powerful. So thank you for anchoring that in, and thank you for being here. On tomorrow's call, the official start, we're going to start with an activation that also, Stephanie, you'll be leading part of it, and I'll contact you today about that a little bit more. So I want, yeah, thank you so much. I like lots of the things I'm reading in the chat are so beautiful. Sharon says, quote, some people are so poor, the only thing they have is money. I like that one. I see these other beautiful things. Esther Francis, Stephanie, yes. I love, quote, my happiness is sacred to me and wanting everyone to experience it. beautiful, wise truth telling. On this call, I have two intentions. So tomorrow, official start for those that are participating in the Miracle Experiment experience. We're going to go through all the logistics, the specific principles, the secrets that will apply. Today, for those that are registered, and specifically on the Sunday call, although if you're on the Friday call, you're going to meet your groups. And the main thing is just to get to know them, the people in your groups, and to be able to share who you are and why you're joining this experience. Now, you may not know yet why you're joining, but just the initial thing that sparked it. My intention for this call is very similar to what Stephanie says, and that's just that you start to feel worthy of abundance. You feel worthy of being healthy. You feel worthy of having your needs taken care of more than you know. You feel worthy of being happy. You feel worthy of being in love. You feel worthy of all these things. And I just want to see if Gary Malkin showing up on the call perfectly for this part. Gary, I love you, brother.
Hey. Hey, how are you doing? Where are you?
I'm in Mexico right now. I'm in Tulum.
Oh my God, that's so great. Wonderful. Give my love to everybody.
Yeah. Do you have anything you can speak to that, or any song that just comes? I know you don't have a piano in front of you, and I'm kind of putting you really much on the spot, but something about being worthy, to be feeling worthy of health and happiness and abundance. Anything,
Yeah.
anything will drop us from our head to our heart in that space.
Yeah. Well, right now, the biggest thing that's happening for me is the theme song for the musical that I'm writing. Is, this came from this message that when it came to me, I think I told you when I was swimming before the song was written. And the message was, say yes to who you are. Say yes to yourself.
I'm not sure. Is it just me that's cutting out, or is Gary cutting out? Cornelia, do you know, can you help me understand? Was it just me cutting out? Yeah, it was just me cutting out. You could hear Gary the whole time? Okay, fantastic. Gary, my apology. I just didn't want to miss it myself, but please keep going.
So the phrase is that came to me was say yes to who you are. Love and revere the animating spark that's within you, that lives within you. Love the unique jewel that you are. Nothing is more important. So out of that came the song, the most important song that we wrote for the musical that we're looking for backers. Our backers preview is on October 22nd. And this song it says, I say yes. I say yes. This is how I live my life. I say yes to the fire that's inside me. I say yes to believing the answers are here. They live in my body and speak without fear. This is my moment. It's now crystal clear. I say yes. And it's all about this main character who's been doubting herself and wondering about whether she should do things the way other people like, and the whole, how many people have related to doubting themselves and wondering, and then she just found the moment and she grabs it. And it's a mirror of what's happened to me in large part because of eating mung bean soup for months and months, and shifting my whole attention away from what I lack and what I miss and what I don't like to being grateful at every moment. And I noticed that when I stopped the habitual behavior of looking at what was missing, I felt so strange, Clint, because it was like the personality had cleaved to its way of identifying the world as something's missing, right? And for a while, I just had to do real breathing into, wow, there's nothing missing. There's nothing wrong. There's only gratitude and grace. That's it. And it took a little acclimation, but then that song came, and now I have my theme song that's the main song to the musical. So big thanks for everything that you've done and what this program has done for me.
Well, I love that you introduced this song about saying yes. So I just want everyone to close your eyes just for a second, put your hands on your heart. Just put your hands on your heart. And Gary, can you just, again, sing those words about saying yes? And as you feel it, I want you to feel your heart. And if you're willing to say yes, then as soon as he's finished singing, you'll put in the chat, capital YES, you'll put a yes. So first of all, just close your eyes, put your hands on your heart. Gary, can you sing that one more time? That part?
Yeah. going to say the phrase that was given to me that inspired the song that Lisa and I wrote together. It was, you belong to yourself. Say yes to who you are. Learn to revere the animating spark of life that lives inside you. Honor the unique jewels that are only you. Nothing is more important. And then the chorus goes, I say yes. This is how I'll live my life. I say yes to the fire that's inside me. I say yes to believing the answers are here. They live in my body and speak without fear. This is my moment. It's now crystal clear. I say yes.
I'm putting in the chat right now for myself. Oh, I see Linda has 3 big yeses. This is for me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
So this, a lot of prayers towards October 22nd. The only reason I'm not with you in Tulum right now is because my musical, be careful for what you wish for. You work and work and work and work, and all of a sudden it's coming true. So I'm preparing for a big producer's preview to raise $300,000 that will launch this to the next stage. And anybody that wants to come and support the birthing of a new musical that's going to change the world, come to our backers preview on October 22nd in Silicon Valley. That's why I am here right now.
Yep, and I'm going October 22nd. I'm going to be there. So anyone that wants a musical review, just be so fun. We can do our special Ancient Secrets cheering section. We'll be the loudest, rowdiest cheering section. Gary, can I share something vulnerable? Something else vulnerable. I don't know. I guess maybe I should have asked your permission before. So I'll just share it for myself. Thank you, Gary, so much.
I love you, man.
Love you. Sometimes unexpected things happen where we lose. It seems like we lose. And that quote that Stephanie shared with me that impacted me so much. It came at a time that was actually like right during the last miracle experiment experience, right in the middle, right when we were doing the week about a Titi Devil Bawa. A couple of things happened. First of all, the woman that I was dating at the time broke up with me. And that was not a Titi Devil Bawa that I wanted. Second of all, whatever investment decisions I made with someone I trusted, put it in such a way that I lost almost 95% of everything that I saved. And that is not a fun experience. That's a horrible experience. I was in bed, like feeling depression and like whatever I connected with my safety, security, identity that was associated with that, all of a sudden was wiped. And then I couldn't help but know it was during the week about a Titi Devil Bawa. And so for whatever reason, unexpected things happen in the space of clearing us out so we can be of ultimate most service to the planet. It was actually because of many of those circumstances that unfolded that I realized my purpose on this planet, the reason why I met Dr. Ram, the reason why he shared with me these secrets, the reason why he embedded it in me, isn't just so I create abundance for myself. It's so that with all of you together as a community, we apply these secrets so we can do something we haven't seen happen on the planet before. We can create a whole community that if they opt to follow these secrets, can experience abundance in a way that's non-toxic, in a way that as we achieve financial security, it's not at the expense of our health. It's not at the expense of our family. It's not at the expense of the planet. So as we achieve whatever, it doesn't, we accommodate all of the elements. In fact, I love Dr. Smita. She was quoting some of the sages of Ayurveda that talk about, it's not just important health, but financial component is very important in the circle of fulfillment. And she's someone who's living that. She's doing it so beautifully and doing it as a great example about what's possible, and also doing it in a way that as she is becoming and achieving financial success for herself and for her family, she's doing something that benefits all of us who are enjoying the herbs. or making the planet a better place. So there's all kinds of elements where oh, go ahead. Someone just unmuted themselves. Oh, that was probably an accident. Well, glad to have your voice in the space. I really am grateful actually to hear everyone when you're speaking. Pretty soon you're going to be able to share in your groups your why, what it is that you want. You know, what is it? You're going to have a chance to meet your other group members. If you're not officially in the Miracle Experiment experience, I hope that today was useful, anchoring in that you are worthy. Whether you're participating in this Miracle Experiment experience or not, do not forget that. That alone, shifting that vibration will change how things outside of you experience them, what you attract. Dr. Ram says the outer world is a manifestation of our inner world. The outer world is a manifestation of our inner world. So if we take full responsibility, if we look at that, we created this through our inner world. And one of the most beautiful things that we can shift is just feeling worthy of abundance, worthy of health, worthy of love. Then it can shift everything around us. I want to just open it up for a couple people that will share something that love taught you so far on today's call, and also why you're excited about the Miracle Experiment experience. Deborah Ann, I don't know why I just feel like calling on you. Can you unmute yourself and share?
Oh, I would love to. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this Miracle Experiment. And what love taught me today is that I'm worthy, and I'm saying yes. And I'm saying yes to everything that's here in me that I've said no to most of my life. And it is so very exciting to be on the journey with all of you. I'm overwhelmed. It's beautiful. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Dr. Clint.
Thank you for saying yes. Very good. All right, Devananda, please. I don't know if you can unmute yourself. So
Hi.
good to see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, so good to see you. Can hear you.
I'm here with Graziella.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, Achimo.
So during this call, I was listening to Mandy and you talking about it. And I look back how much progress I have done, how much better I feel. And it was not that I don't have challenges, but is how the challenges are different. They mean different thing for me today. Yatidi Devabhava, when you talk about it, I can see I presently do this in my life. Every adversity, I look for the beauty in it. I have a positive mindset approach towards it. This attitude has changed my life. This attitude is part of the transformation, not only the moon beings, but this is a combination of all this. And I'm so happy to be in this call today because I had forgotten, and Graziella brought the phone with me while I was doing something outside. And while we were talking about the Miracle Experiment, I was a little ashamed to say that I don't even know exactly, being so long on these calls, but I don't even know exactly what does the Miracle Experiment is. But I decided while we were talking about it, I decided to join it, and I'm gonna register. And while we were talking about all of these, the abundance, when Mike was talking, and I just turned to Graziella and said, Grazi, I know exactly what's missing right now. It just came to me because Gary is talking about the voice inside and all that, and I heard that voice. While you were talking, while Gary was talking, I turned to Graziella, said, you know what is missing is for us to live audaciously. Because we're not average. We don't think in a frame box. We are audacious and we feel happy when we act like that. I mean, audacious comparing to average life. We don't conform with normality. We always being a little different in terms of like, we aim for the good and we don't accept living in the same frame. So yes, Then I say, you know, that's the answer. I'm gonna join this miracle experience right now. The abundant experience.
Someone put the link for Devananda and Grazi to be able to join. This makes me so happy. First of all, because when I first met you, were coming from a point of view of maybe I don't want to live because of all the pain. And now living with joy, that even the ideas you're coming up with are blessing other people. And to live audaciously is a perfect segue into what we're doing, because this miracle experiment experience, it's not convenient. This one is more intense because every day there's activations, which we're going to have, where people join the morning calls if you can live. And if you can't join live, you'll be able to join through the recordings. And you really have to choose it. It's not convenient, because what we want is a shift to happen. We don't want you to live normal life and just incremental change right now. We want to take a leap forward. We want to have a light speed change in a way. We can pick the slow way if you want to, but why not? If it leads to more happiness and abundance, why would you do it together with 100% commitment? I love even Leonora in the chat. So beautiful. She says this. She says, oh, man, you guys are doing awesome stuff in the chat. She says, the miracle for me here today is that repeatedly in this family, I trust the energy flow around ancient secrets. I trust Clint, and best, I trust myself. And that my commitment to do this course 100%, that me being 100% committed will not be betrayed. I love it. And how lovely that we have a community where you know if you give your 100%, you're going to be held. That your commitment to yourself will not be betrayed. That will be abundantly blessed by being audacious. And Daniel, I mean, Devananda, you know, when you had that first breakthrough moment about Aditi Devabhava and realized that the pain you were experiencing was actually a gift, and you're floating in the pool and you're seeing the clouds and hearing the birds and the music that would usually annoy you, all of a sudden you were loving it. And you just realized this phrase is anchored inside of me, that life, like the gift of life, you're okay, actually, let me see if I can phrase it. My soul, the mystical experience of the dance of life. Okay, actually, Devananda, I thought I would never forget this, but then all of a sudden, this moment I can't.
It's a romantic dance. It's a romantic dance. The experience of life was something like that. I remember, yeah.
He said what he came to was realizing the romantic dance of my soul with the gift of life. So let's say yes to that, the romantic dance of my soul with the gift of life. And Daniel, you're doing it. Devananda, you're doing it. Grazi, you're doing it. Everyone on this call, you're doing it. And so giving 100%, Leonora, yes.
I also feel happy. Well, like the lady said, I also feel happy to trust my voice, to trust you as well, but to trust my voice of trusting you. You understand that? So it's actually responding to the inner voice inside. Yes, I feel once you said, Daniel, this is your community, this is your tribe. And that also stuck to me in moments that I need to go back and track. And I remember that. And thank you so much, Clint, also to inspire that in us, in all of us, and listening to your inner voice.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I want to thank Dr. Narelle, that he was the kind of person that I could trust. You know, I'm a little bit embarrassed to share, but I judged that at the beginning, I judged that he was focused on principles or ancient secrets for abundance. I don't know why, but somehow I thought maybe a healer shouldn't mix with like being financially like so savvy, you know? But then why am I believing this? Like how much sickness is on this planet because people have achieved abundance in toxic ways, or they don't have abundance and that's toxic. Like how beautiful that one of the most powerful healers on the planet that I've ever heard of was also one of the most heart-centered, intelligent about creating abundance in a non-toxic way. Isn't that what we want on planet Earth right now? Isn't that one of the diseases on this planet? And Dr. Ram says either you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem. We can be part of the solution on this planet by achieving non-toxic abundance. I got this beautiful reflection walking past me. This is Lee, one of the amazing people here from New Zealand who's been sharing the
It's an
journey.
inspiration, really. I just got held up in your
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, we're about to go into breakout rooms. I just want to say this final piece. Thank you, Dr. Naram. Thank you for entrusting me with this. Trust yourself. If your heart led you to this, then you can surrender into that. You are powerful. You are a creator. Instead of being a consumer of fear, a consumer of anxiety, you're a creator. We have I'm anchoring your story for next Sunday because I know you're busy today. Okay, this is one of the great hosts here.
Hello, lovers.
And we have an amazing story from him and also this beautiful dog.
See, Kopai.
This is Kopai. Kopai. Come on over here, Kopai. Talking about Aditi Devabawa, this miracle dog has such a beautiful story, and his faith and his belief and not trusting the doctors that said it's impossible for him to survive another day. Impossible. Yeah. Said not possible. And
Several doctors.
His stand for something different is what I want you to stand for. If you think it's impossible for you to have abundance, or someone says that about you, or that you can't create, discard that.
No, it's all possible.
Yeah.
As long as you can believe it. No, that's the vehicle. You have to believe it. No, you make the rules.
Yeah.
No one else. It's old world.
So next week we're going to hear his story in full. But thank
Totally
you so
in your
much.
service. Thank you.
Yeah. So now everyone who's been watching on Facebook Live, watching the recording, we're going to actually stop the recording. Actually, before that, for anyone who's not part of the Miracle Experiment experience, you're welcome to join, but we want to send you with love. Just because you may not be in a oh, go ahead, Gary. Oh, you want to do some love for your mom as well?
I would love that. Is that possible?
It is possible. So now I just want to, before that, say that whether you're in a position to say full yes, the full on yes, that I want to do this and I'm fully committed or not, we send you so much love and you're a part of us. And if you can't do it at this time, send love to everyone who is. Don't, this will be one thing. This is another principle of abundance is people who are engaging in this process, just cheer them on, celebrate their success, and that will boomerang back to you. So we're going to send love to everyone who's not participating in this, everyone who is, but also in particular to Gary's mother, who's been in the hospital, has had some falls. We're all being given life by our mothers, and we're getting so much abundance from Mother Earth. So let's put all our love together and send so much love to Pearl, Malkin, and to everyone who's engaging in this possibility of abundance and the sacred gift of life. We love you, and we're with you. Let's see here. I think you can unmute yourself. Just want to hear everyone say, I love you, and I'm with you.
Love you.
I love you. And I'm with you. And I'm with you.
I'm with you. Janice, love you, Gary.
With you. And I'm
Love you, and I'm with you.
and I'm with you.
Love you.
Love with you.
Love you.
Love you. And I'm with you.
And
I love you. And I'm with
you, Chris.
I love you.
Love you, Robin. Love you, Jerem.
Everybody.
Love you, Andrea. Love you, Perna. Love you, Barbara. Love you, Michelle. Love you, Andrea. Love you, Joseph. Love you, Frankie. Love you, Ashley.
Thank you so much. Oh, I can't right now, but could have had some
you all
tea.
so much. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Love you, Michelle. I love you, Janet. I love you, Kaya.
Love you, Noel.
Love you, Jody.
Love you, my soul sister.
Love you,
Love you, Nehemiah.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Love you, Harvey.
Love you, Ann. Appreciation, abundance.
Love you, Ann.
Love you, Andrea.
Love you. Hey, love you, Esther Francis.
Love you, everybody.
Love you, Marley.
Love you, Ron.
Good to see you.
Love
you.
This is continuing.
You, Dr. Vinay.
Love everybody.
Love you, everyone. Love you, Aparna. Love you, Andrea. Love you, Hatana. Your music. Love you, Alicia. Love you, Lenore. Love you, Cornelia. Love you, Joseph. Love you, everybody. Michelle.
Love you, Maya.
Love you.